Joining me now from our bureau in New York City, CEO and partner of McLaughlin and Associates and Trump campaign pollster, John McLaughlin. John, it is it seems, I guess we say this every 4 years now, but it seems to get more intense every 4 years. How do pollsters get an accurate read in such a hyper-partisan environment like this?
Well, you have to be very careful with how you set up your models to make sure that you represent people that are actually voting. In the United States, we thought Donald Trump could win in 2016 because we were polling for likely voters, and we set our models and our screeners appropriately, and that's how we made the calls. So we knew we were talking to real voters who said they were likely to vote. A lot of the media polls were just assuming it was going to be like 2012 when Obama won and the same voters would come out. Well, instead of 130 million voters, you had 139 million voters come out. Now, still 90 million people didn't vote that were eligible to vote. But of the 9 million more that came out, Donald Trump drove that vote, and he brought out millions of voters from the heartland of America, whether they were the Sun Belt or the Rust Belt. We were able to get them out. And he had a message of change, changing Washington, which he's acting on. And now you have analytics, like Moody's Analytics has said that if you look at the models, where you were just talking about the economy, whether it's Wall Street record levels, whether it's unemployment record levels low, and you're looking at Main Street, where the average household family in the United States is making $4,000 more in income than when Obama was president. They only made $1,000 more after 8 years. Now people, because unemployment's low, you're having to pay more to get people to do the same jobs, or pay more to even hire them. So Donald Trump, by all those signals, is looking very good, which to me is why the Democrats threw the whistleblower and the impeachment at him, because it's not about the last election for them. It's about the next election. And Donald Trump, because of the results he's getting as president, is headed for re-election, so they want to stop him, even if they have to impeach him, which is ridiculous.
And I don't have to tell you this, but Donald Trump uses the polling, but also uses his gut. I don't know what percentage. It's probably 60-40 gut to polling, but his gut is usually pretty accurate in terms of what the polling is. And you polled for Trump, as you mentioned. So we have two big dynamics out there right now. One is impeachment, as you just mentioned, and the other is obviously the election. With uniformity, John, when I talk to people, Trump supporters, especially Trump supporters in enemy territory like California, and I ask them, if a pollster, do you believe that most Americans in enemy territory like that, do they give pollsters accurate answers? In other words, there are millions of Americans potentially out there who will tell a pollster, no, I don't support Trump. Yes, I support impeachment. But on election day, in reality, they're going to pull the lever on November 3rd, 2020 for President Trump.
Well, I think it's more malevolent than that. You're talking about, them missing Trump voters. I think they do it on purpose, where they try to sandbag the country that this is going to be the result. They let their biases filter into it. So when you see polls that are out there, like even recently the Fox News poll, 48% of their respondents in their last poll said they would vote in a Democrat primary. Only 37% said they would vote in a Republican primary. That's an 11-point difference. And in the exit polls from 2016, it was only +4 Democrat, 37 to 33. So what you've got is they're biasing the sample because they're randomly dialing phone numbers. They're not even using voter lists. And then they're asking people if they're going to vote, et cetera. So you get these media polls where they underpoll Republicans, and then they ask biased questions on top of it. The Fox News poll that got rebuked from even the New York Post that owns them, they said they were asking questions before they asked about impeachment. Is Donald Trump more corrupt? I mean, they were biasing the poll and they're biasing the questions.
And they also oversample on Democrats. So yes, they ask these leading questions because they're trying to get the desired result that they want so they can push poll and they can depress Republican voters. Definitely there's an element of that going on, along with these, well, shall we call them shy Donald Trump voters who I believe in the millions, will on Election Day, November 3rd, pull the lever for Donald Trump. John, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.